is published in the journal list of intents, it will not be false information.
In this time of pandemic where most of the people have more time on browsing in different social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, fake news is prevalent in those specific social media platforms and somehow became the cause of panic and social media wars. In order to prevent this from happening, we, as responsible citizens, should know how to do fact-checking and confirm if the source was reliable enough for us to believe what she's saying. Most commonly, the victims of fake news are those people who have not enough knowledge on how to verify whether the source of information is credible or not. It's because they would not care to check if it's the truth or not, or they don't have the devices to check whether the information they received is true or not. These people are those who live in remote areas and those people who receive their information through a secondary source. The information he or she might receive might be lacking and there are additional information than the right information. In order to be vigilant on spotting or identifying whether the information we have gathered is reliable or not, we have to do research. Also, sometimes news headlines are confusing, and it is also advisable for us to read the whole content of the news first so that we will not be misled and will be able to understand what the story is all about. As the May 2022 national and local elections are coming, there are various forms of fake news spreading on different social media platforms in order to throw shade at each political candidate. The main problem is that their supporters would opt to believe in it and sometimes start social media wars in order to defend the person that they wanted to vote for. Disregarding to check the source of information if it's credible. They opted to make their emotions get the better of them rather than to control it and do fact-checking first. Recently, it's a controversial issue that the globe in SM Mall of Asia was reported to be stolen. Different news agencies came to produce news articles about the stolen globe. All people in different social media platforms were in chaos while wondering who stole it and where it went. Where in fact, it's not really stolen, and it is just a marketing strategy of MOA. My point on this certain issue is that we should not have to believe what we see. Instead, we should look for the real story behind it before believing. Another example is the trending branding of chismosas in the country named as Aling Marites. This Aling Marites is known as the one who spread hersays to her neighbors all about someone's life. Most of the common hersays of Aling Marites is that the daughter of her neighbor will be pregnant because she always sees that woman goes out in their house during the evening and comes home in the morning. She thought negatively about that person. Little did she know that the hersays she spread are wrong because that woman has worked and she is a night shifter in a call center. So what happened? Aling Marites was shy after knowing it because she spread the fake news to her neighbors without knowing the truth first. The most common consequences of fake news is that it will damage someone's image or reputation to the public, and once that person or organization's image is ruined, it would be hard for them to recover. Now, we have to be wise enough to think if we are what we are reading is true, if what we see is true, and what we hear is true. Before believing, think first, analyze, do research, and confirm if the information is true. Because in this way, we can start to stop the spread of fake news in our society. By being aware of what fake news is, it wouldn't be hard for us to determine for the second time around if what we saw, what we hear, and what we read is true or not. And that's all. Thank you, and God bless us all.